Hustle hard till you get the muscle card. Watch this video to the complete end so you absolutely know everything on how to run your social media agency and all the truths and lies and mysticism, I guess, behind running your own social media agency. What's up, guys? My name's Anthony Scott. I run a successful creative agency, and we even have a successful course program with mentorship. And we have even business owners jumping in there that are giving this to their team to jump on the weekly calls to get custom help. This has absolutely been lethal. We've had a lot of results. I work with just like all the best companies in my area. I've been fortunate enough to build a team, and I say hustle hard till you get the muscle card. Just kidding, every car I get into is a muscle car, but hey, so the point is, I went to college, 50K in debt. First of all, I did not learn what I wanted to coming out of college. I did not have the skills to go seek my own clients. Did they help me build a portfolio?
Good question. You are a good question.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, they did, but it wasn't good enough to bring to a client and be like, look what I did. Come on, it looks like homework for f***ing sake. All right, so the point is, you're not going out here fresh from college with your college homework and you're like, hey, look what I've done. You haven't done shit. And basically, like, you've had the surface level education like me, and I'm not attacking you as much as I was mad at myself for the surface level education that I had received. And maybe I could have studied harder, but I feel like, I was learning everything in college. I did my internship, and I mean, I probably got a lot more out of the internship and professional connections than I did going to class. And I absolutely hated accounting. I had to even date an accountant at one point just to get by. Yeah.
My hot body, I'll do what I want.
Good memories. But anyways, point is, the reason why I was coming out of college with the surface level skill set, although expanding my professional portfolio and connections, that was great. I didn't know how to seek my own clients. I did not know how to pitch them. I did not know how to cold call, email. I did not know what to go to print for with my agency, because even then I knew that being a student, I could apply for an LLC and as a student entrepreneur and get the LLC fee waived. In other words, I started a business for absolutely free because I was in college, right? Absolutely amazing. But once again, college didn't even teach me that, right? So weird. Wasn't mad at the amount of education, like the lack of education I got, as much as I feel like if they would have had like a couple more professionals come in and talk to the marketing classes and been like, hey, this is what we're doing now to get clients. This is how we got clients here. This is how we got clients here. This is how we increased their ROI. This is how we made them money.
I like money.
This is how we're charging each client $100,000. Like, I mean, just stuff like that would have been so helpful. But back to, graduating at the end of 2019, starting my agency, and now boom, here I am, full-time clients. I've built a team. I work with the best businesses. I'm thankful to have 2 locations. But point is, none of this would have ever happened had I not took that year and a half out of college and completely failed, burned through thousands of dollars, failed with a lot of clients, a lot of pissed off people. And I mean, I always provide more than what I take. And that was starting out like really good. But the problem is, even for the clients that I couldn't get results for, I realized too soon that college taught me to be average. They taught me to, for some reason, the classes I took was to overpromise. Even though if I went back, every teacher would probably say, no, you didn't. How did you learn that? Where did you get that from?
I do cocaine.
I don't know. I was overpromising every client. Maybe that's my own fault. But I did have some really good teachers. But it was just more like building up into, hey, if you are going to go out and do this full-time marketing, this is how the grow a business. This is how you get them followers. This is how you build an engaged audience that is just ready to buy from you and ready to go to work for your brand, just as a customer brand ambassador, literally creating brand ambassadors, creating customer champions just by the way you're doing your marketing, Okay. So now this didn't happen overnight, but I had to burn through, like I said, clients' money. It was starting to just cause me all sorts of bullshit. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to be like a boutique agency, starting off doing everything yourself, charging $3 to $5 grand for services, which was weak. And even before that, even just lowballing myself, charging way less. But then realizing ultimately that I didn't have the skills. I wasn't taught, even though I'd went through advanced sales, like that was just reading a few books, role playing a little bit here and there for finals, doing a little bit of work on it, but not getting the hours in under practice, and not having like some type of plan. So while coming out of college, I realized I was failing because one, I didn't know who or like what my customer type was. Okay. So I would just try to work with everybody, and realizing I couldn't get the same results I got for, a clothing shop as I did home services, or e-com as I did a sports center, right? That's like professional sports athlete training. And I learned this like right away. And then I learned like where I was strong at. I dived into that, and I just realized that like I just started seeing how other agencies are charging like 10, 15 grand, right? And they'll do anything agency. And they weren't specialists at anything. They were actually subpar, and they suck. A lot of them could have been, new to it, existing, maybe old owners with old skills that they thought were still cool now. Doesn't matter, but the point is, I wasn't growing myself personally, and not until, like I said, I had failed enough, and I just forced myself to realize, no, this is the plan, this is the business, now let's go. So I demoed this on a couple businesses, and I'm like, look, like these are the industries I want to work in. I've recently had a lot of failure, and I don't know. I don't know, but damn it, let me work in your business long enough, because everybody else, I wasn't working in the businesses long enough because everybody else was like a off. It was like, okay, let's just do this photo shoot and we'll shoot a commercial, right? And then I realized how much I hated being a media production company with no real solid marketing plan. Like, yeah, great, we produce the media, but some companies, they do the marketing, some companies, they don't, and it's really weird. But I didn't like the idea of, here's your content, here's $5,000, great. I mean, I'll still do that, but I want to give you a solid marketing plan, and I want to know what works. And so what really drove me to the absolute brink of, this is going to fucking work. I'm going to turn this into a full-time income. Then I'm going to get so damn good at it. I'm going to build a team. I'm going to create a course off of straight up results and other bosses like we have now, basedtheboss.com. Check it out if you want. And then I'm going to help as many people as I can, because bullshit am I going to let, if I can help it, save you from not only blowing 50 racks or more in college, whether it's free or not, save your time, okay? Don't know, but the point is, if I can save you the time, or you work for a business, or you're just a business owner, right? Or you want to give this to your marketing department because you realize, hey, like this Basic the Boss program, they're literally outgrowing their competitors. And I started going to other bosses, and I'm like, look, first of all, you may not believe this right now, but when I tell you we're going to outgrow your competitors, we're going to have just better everything, I'm going to charge you 50 grand. You're going to be happy to pay that to me, and we're going to have some performance bonuses in there. So I was able to actually turn it into a handful of clients that were like, okay, cool, like we'll do this. And some did it at, 20 grand, some did it at higher, some did it at lower, and then some would just do all performance. And I would do that starting out, and I would, just try to really dial it in at a low ticket. And then once I realized, you know what, holy shit, the amount of results that I've gotten with the service-based businesses was absolutely lethal. And just from like one client alone, I was like, look, now I'm to the point where it's like, hey, first of all, we're going to start at outgrowing your competitors. I'm going to charge you $3,000. For the life of their business, just one little service like that, they're like, well, how long are you going to work with us for? I'm like, I don't know, maybe a month, maybe 2 weeks. The second we outgrow your competitors, though, that ends that contract, right? And this would be, you know, based on how much was budgeted and like what their competitors were on social media, what their goals were for, and then basically, you know, I would get paid to just provide the service, not provide the result. I would tell them that what the result would be, but point is I didn't know how to sell my services. I didn't know what the I was selling. I didn't have a clear-cut plan, and honestly, all the videos I was producing too at the time for clients were so professional and so corporate, and that's the way school wants you to be, was absolute average. And I'm like, dude, I cannot have an average agency, because that's what I was thinking my name was going to be. I'm like, great, come to Anthony's Average Agency. Bullshit. And now we work with the best companies in town. Now we absolutely have complete, like if you go to Base the Boss, just to solely check my testimonials, not everybody that joins my program and jumps on these weekly calls to get these transformation in their business, to outgrow competitors, to increase sales, and to just be the best and just social media domination, like, are not all agency owners. Although we are targeted towards the marketing, teaching you the marketing that's not taught in college, the shit that's so good you can't go get a certification for anywhere, because this is just the brass balls, hands-on shit that we've had to do daily, and to figure out what we've had to either win or fail. No middle ground, no average results. Win or fail, that's it. And we've focused on the winning. So you're gonna see the testimonials on basictheboss.com. Scroll down or jump in my free training, doesn't matter, or book a call if you want these results in your life for your brand, your business, or you know, you're a marketer, you want to start an agency. That's who we work with. But look at my testimonials. They're absolutely fire, and I have other testimonials coming from bigger businesses. All right, so I can't say that enough with conviction, because this is more than tested. This is all I do for a full-time income, and then now I've been helping other people get these type of results that I have in my life for them to either, you know when to build a team, know what type of SOPs to put in place, know what type of ads to run, know what type of content they should be running, and what they should be posting. Also, how and who is posting, right? And when the business owner should be able to step away. And what does that look like for you? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, basictheboss.com, book a call, take my training if you want, join my email flow, book a call if you need help. If you're service-based business, or your agency, or you're in college, or you work for a company, right? Service-based marketing, we're absolutely lethal. We're gonna help you get your first 30, 40, or 50K client within the first 30 days. We're absolutely lethal at this. This is all we do. So if you could imagine now, once getting my first client, that was just, it just felt so good. You know, I would have other work that would stack up, like, oh, 18 grand, 20 grand. I'd have all these like clients, for example, like, you know, with all these different price points. And it wasn't until I raised my prices and was able to let a couple clients go that were abusing me.
I am about to do something to you that you will not remember until you're 40.
And abusing my services, because like, if I could make them a couple $100,000 a year, and I was like, hey, check it out, so I'll make your company, let's say 300,000 or 200,000, right? I'm gonna make you take home profit of $200,000, right? I'm gonna charge you $50,000, and you can pay that to me quarterly, you can pay that to me semi-annually, up front, save a couple thousand, whatever. But those are the typical type of results we've had, and bigger. Now, don't you think that it's fair to say that if I were to make you $200,000 and charge you 40 or 50 grand up front, we would have a deal today? Because not only are you gonna hit your income goal from the last year, we're gonna outgrow your competitors, and then you're gonna make more money, and you're gonna be in the green and have a take home of, oh my goodness. It's just and that's just on the small end. We've hit bigger goals with other companies, and I'm just saying that the information they put out there about social media agencies is a lot of bullshit, because of a lot of the bad actors when they first started Facebook ad agencies and Instagram ad agencies and, you know, whatever. Point is, you know, these people would be like, oh yeah, you gotta work for free, to the point where like, it's still so messed up. I've had a realtor ask me like, well, don't you work for free?
No, sir, I don't like it.
And like, for those of you that know the game, like, the whole point is like, okay, yeah, sure, if you're making over about $150,000 a month for the last year, trackable, provable to my agency, we'll take you on for free, but we'll be a higher percent. Absolutely, we'll make 20, 30 grand checks. Like, that would be great. Sure. Accounts like that aren't typical. They are few and far in between. Point of that is, you know, focusing on e-com, that's more e-com type client. And so these Facebook and Instagram agencies really messed up the game, making everybody think advertising is absolutely free. Although while in my area, it could go for $1,500 to upwards of $6 grand a month, depending on what you're doing. If we're doing content, if we're posting for you, if we're creating the content and editing the content, how many different ad sets are we running? How many different goals are we running? I mean, are we, how much content we're switching out on ads? But I don't want to bog you guys down. The point is you can outgrow your competitors, increase your sales, and literally go from basic to boss with a high income skill set to change your life and income. So if you want to get back to more of what you love to do, whether it's running your business or free time with the fam, or just growing your agency, hit us up, book a call, basictoboss.com. What are you waiting for? There's a lot of trash information out there, and I'll tell you what, I'm never going to bring you trash. I'm only going to bring you wins. Later, guys.